The novel by Terence Lee, titled The Weishaupt Legacy, is a rewrite of his novel Time Camera, which was published in 2005. In 2006, it was nominated by the Arizona Daily Star as one of 6 books to read that year, which included The Da Vinci Code by Dan Brown, and The Jungle, by Upton Sinclair. In the book, Zach is an IT specialist from Arlington, Texas. After years of thought, effort and research, he has developed a video camera able to record the past. It cannot record past sound, as sound is merely the movement of particles in the air acting on the ear, but it is able to video the actual past event by crossing the time barrier. Zach initially records Jack the Ripper in action to sell to the media, but then with his girlfriend Lucy, he is engaged by a group called NOS, that calls the shots in the Western world. NOS is controlled by Freemasons who were infiltrated by Adam Weishaupt in the 1700s. Adam Weishaupt was born in Bavaria in 1748, and was educated by the Jesuits. At the age of 27, he was appointed professor of canon law at the University of Ingolstadt in Bavaria. Weishaupt was anti-royalty in the footsteps of Voltaire, Rousseau and others. He founded the Illuminati, which was subsequently banned in Bavaria. He infiltrated the Freemasons, with his doctrine of reason replacing religion. He was videoed by Zach talking to Benjamin Franklin in Paris, and by Lucy delivering copies of the Great Seal of the United States to Thomas Jefferson at his Monticello estate in Virginia. On September 18, 1793, President George Washington presided over the ceremonial laying of the cornerstone of the United States Capitol in Washington, D.C., in a grand and formal Masonic ritual. It consisted of fellow Freemasons, military escorts, and a public procession. Washington crossed the Potomac River, and arrived at the construction site where he was greeted by Joseph Clark, Grand Master of the Maryland Lodge. In keeping with Masonic tradition, Washington placed a silver plaque crafted by Georgetown silversmith Caleb Bentley into the foundation trench, and then oversaw the lowering of the cornerstone. He consecrated the stone with symbolic offerings of corn, wine and oil, and then struck it 3 times with a gavel, followed by ritual chanting and a 15-gun salute. Like Jefferson, Washington did not acknowledge the divinity of Christ, and effectively consecrated the United States of America to Freemasonry. The acronym NOS is taken from the Latin words Novus Ordo Seclorum, which are on the reverse side of the Great Seal of the United States. The words translate to New Order of the Ages. The all-seeing eye, also on the reverse side of the seal, is a traditional Masonic symbol which relates to the great architect of the universe. There is no Christian symbolism on the seal whatsoever. The Mount Rushmore carvings in South Dakota are the work of Gut Zorn Borglum, an active Freemason, who chose which 4 presidents to portray. Of the 4 depicted, George Washington and Theodore Roosevelt were Freemasons, Abraham Lincoln had considered becoming a Freemason, and Thomas Jefferson corresponded with Freemasons. It is unsurprising that President John Quincy Adams, a Christian vocal and literary critic of Freemasonry, is not included in the carvings. The book, which is one of historical fact and fiction, contains 60 chapters, each one containing an illustration. It is a journey through history, an intrigue resulting in the final showdown at the Vatican, when the Pope is about to make an announcement from the balcony of the Basilica to a crowd of thousands packing St. Peter's Square below. The plot, and the characters involved, are entirely fictional. The illustrated novel is available on Amazon in paperback and Kindle formats.